the point guard that game, and as Joni told us, it really kind of wore down mentally. So we'll see how the Aggies handle that type of pressure, because they're going to see it a lot this coming conference play.
Tip off here as Beers controls that for Oklahoma. Now Beers at the top of the key. Quick handoff to Van. Now Chavez on the right, on the left wing. That's no good. And there's a rebound and a foul there.
That should be on Beers.
Lauren Ware fighting for that rebound, and a foul early on by Beers.
So Lauren Ware, this is Lauren's third year here, right? First game I've seen her play without a brace. She's got the KT tape on. So, I noticed it during practice, but I thought maybe they're just going to let her go. Maybe she finally feels that knee's comfortable enough with that knee that she can go ahead and do it. And here's OU making Fats Johnny bring the ball up the floor right away.
Already looking a little more comfortable with it, but then the handoff to Nye Pryor at the top of the key. Over to Ware, now to Hilton on the left side. Now back to Nye Pryor at the top of the key. Driving to the basket. All the way into the basket. No good there. Fight for the rebound. No good. Oklahoma gets it. Now controls the other way. Coming back is Van. Looking inside, and that's going to be a hold, I believe, against Lauren Ware.
I'm not sure. They got their choice. They had Lauren Ware on one side and Fats Johnny. But the Aggies really did a pretty good job of getting back on defense there. Probably didn't need the foul, I think. Yeah, they gave it to Lauren. And Joni's not real concerned about it. I think she's trying to change the foul on somebody.
Chavez with the ball, baseline out of bounds. No score here yet. Aggies in zone. Getting into the short corner over to Williams. Now back out to the top of the key. Now over to Chavez again, trying to put up the three. And that one's going to be good. Second shot, first three-pointer. Oklahoma now 3-0 lead. Aggies quickly back the other way. Hilton has the ball, now kicks it out to Fats Johnny for three. Off the rim, no good. Chavez with the rebound, now coming back the other way quickly. Already with the three-pointer. Gets the ball inside to Williams. They try to hand the ball off, steal by Nye Pryor, going back the other way for the Aggies. Trying to get the ball inside, crossover in the lane. Nice drop off to Fats Johnny with a nice time there by Nye Pryor.
And a turnover right here by OU as they throw it out of bounds, just on the inbounds, trying to get it up the floor. But, we talk about Nye Pryor. She stole the ball, got an assist. She kind of does something pretty well in the country like that.
I know you'll be able to talk about that here a little bit later. You got a tip from SID Brandon, but 2-3 is the score right now. 8:41 left here.
Yeah, Nye Pryor is, she's the top 10 in both categories. And the funny thing is they put out the list of all the players in the country, and they went, Nye Pryor. That is all.
Sideline out of bounds here for the Aggies. Fats will take the ball out. Trying to get the ball into Pryor. They're denying her hard. Do get the ball into Lauren Ware. As the relief foul, now Pryor has the ball at the top of the key, guarded by Chavez. Now over to, and that's going to be Celeste Blow-in. He got the start also. And that's going to be a drive. And no good there by Janae Kent. Oklahoma with the rebound coming back the other way. A inbound pass, and that's going to be another turnover by Oklahoma. Zaya Van got in the air, lucky to even maybe find a teammate, but it ends up going out of bounds.
Yeah, and again, A&M's really doing a nice job. They're sending almost no one to the offensive board, and they're just focusing on playing defense. Joni said they were going to try to make it a half-court game. It hasn't gotten to that yet, but the Aggies are doing a nice job in defensive transition.
Pryor now the ball over to Ware, now over to Celeste Blow. Now back to Nye Pryor at the top of the key. Looking to get the screen at the top from Lauren Ware. She pulls up on the free throw line. That's going to rim out. Lauren Ware tries to fight for it, but Oklahoma now with the ball coming back the other way with the 3-2 lead. Trying to drive to the basket. Put off there. Great defense by Celeste Blow.
It's a walk.
That's going to be a travel. The Aggies doing a great job here early on the defensive end. That's the third turnover tap for Oklahoma.
It is the first game in conference. It's trying to get the rust off, and neither team has really played the top-notch competition, going into the break.
Aggies get the ball into Nye Pryor, and that's going to be a foul against Oklahoma. And with that foul, we will pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Clear for ID. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're back.
Back here to live action. Aggies trouble getting the ball in. It's going to be a turnover. And kicked out a long three-pointer, no good. Fats Johnny with the rebound. Coming back the other way is Nye Pryor. 3-2, still the score, 7:30 left here. kick the ball over to the wing to Celeste Blow. She drives. That's going to be, let's see what the call is there. It was a turnover against the Aggies. I'm going to call the foul.
That's going to be second on Lauren Ware. So the Aggies are going to have to go to Emerald Parker early into this ball game.
Early foul, 7:29 left here in this first quarter, and that's the second foul on Lauren Ware. So they were going to be using to try to guard Beers. They back cut quickly. Nothing good there. As Peyton Verhulst misses the shot. Now the Aggies with the rebound coming back the other way is Pryor. Top of the key now over to the wing to Celeste Blow. Janae Kent, excuse me. Kent guarded closely. Now back over here to Celeste Blow. Now to Fat Shawnee in the corner. Looking inside to Parker. Fat's going to pull that up herself. That's going to be long, no good. Coming back the other way. 3-2 still your score. Oklahoma trying to penetrate. Spin move and shot is up by Van, no good. Rebounded by the Aggs. A strong rebound there by Janae Kent. She's going to bring the ball up herself.
And then just get right into your offense from there. Give it to Emerald down low and just make Beers have to guard her. See if they can get that second foul on her.
Beers already does have one foul. Janae Kent at the top of the key by the logo. Going to get the screen here from Diamond, and that's going to, excuse me, from Emerald. And the ball's going to fall down her 9 prior to give the Aggies their first lead at 4-3 with 6:25 left here. Quickly back the other way. It's Chavez for Oklahoma, and now she has all 5 of their points back.
And that's a quick release. I mean, you know, we talked about, we saw the shoot around, and Tony said they get rid of the ball quick. I watched them in pregame, and they work on just catch and release on that shot. And I mean, that was out of her hand quickly.
Now over to Emerald at the top of the key. Trying to look inside, nothing there. Janae Kent now with the ball, now back to Pryor. Now Janae Kent trying to drive to the basket.
Oh, now, see, to me, that's not a foul. Emerald's just standing there, and the OU player runs right into her, and yet it falls, but it's not like she did anything extra. Tony's trying to plead her case. She saw the same thing I did.
5-4 is the score right now. 5:55 left here in this first quarter. Oklahoma with a 1-point lead now with the ball. Chavez with all 5 points. She's got the ball at the top of the key. Now gets the ball over to Bernhost, and then that's going to be another turnover tap. They're 4 here early in this first quarter.
OU does a lot of backdoor cuts, you know, because if the Aggies are going to try to deny some passes, that's just their offense. And so far, they haven't been able to connect. I don't know if that's the rust or just really the Aggie defense is forcing them to work a little harder than they're accustomed to.
Pryor getting the offense started now over to Celeste Blow on the right wing. Drives to the free throw line. Now dribbles back out. Now over to Pryor, who's back out on the right wing. Looking inside. Now she's going to get the screen from Emerald. Trying to get all the way to the basket. Kicks it out to Fats. And that's going to be short on the three-point attempt from the corner. Coming back the other way is Oklahoma. And Smith with the ball. She's going to hand it over to Bernhost, who misses it. And a fight for the ball by Fat Jane. And that's going to be out of bounds off of Fat's leg and going to stay here with Oklahoma.
Yeah, there were 2 red jerseys and Fats, and really Fats didn't look like she had an opportunity, and she was able to split the double team and at least get it in, and unfortunately went off of her foot.
Baseline out of bounds for Oklahoma. Chavez with the ball. And that's going to be intercepted. Tipped by Fat Jane over to Pryor. She's going to drive that ball to the basket. It's going to be blocked, but a foul's going to be called from the backside again. The Aggie defense here in this half-court tap early on is playing strong.
Yeah, they have done a phenomenal job early on. I wish they get a little more patient on their shot selection. You know, Fats right now is 0 for 3 from behind the line. I'd like to see her try to take it off the rim. And like I said, even when Lauren was in the game, we're getting at what looks to me an isolated position down low, get it to them on a bounce pass, and even if they make a move, see if they can bring a double team and kick it back out to somebody.
Pryor at the line. First one is good, tying this game at 5-5. 5:08 left here in this first quarter.
Joni was over there talking to Fats, and I think it was like, hey, you're not our 3-point shooter. Keep working hard, though.
One more here for 9. No good fight for the rebound. Oklahoma controls. Coming back the other way is Verhulst. And she's going to kick the ball over to Van. She's going to pull that up for 3. No good. Nice, strong rebound by Emerald Parker. Coming back the other way is Nye. Game tied at 5-5 as we're under 5 minutes left now. Nye trying to drive, kicks it back out to Fats.
I wasn't sure she still had a dribble left.
And that's going to be a turnover. Chavez now with the ball for Oklahoma, pushing the ball up the court. 2-on-1. Oklahoma gets the layup there, and that's going to be good by Brooklyn Stewart. 7-5 is your score.
On that last possession, Fats listened to me. She tried to penetrate, but there wasn't enough spacing on the floor, and OU was able to sag and get a piece of that ball.
Kent with the ball in the wing, now over to Emerald Parker at the top of the key. Dribble handoff to Pryor. Now Fats at the free throw line extended, knocks that one down. That's more of a shot than her.
That's what, yeah, exactly. That little 15-foot jump shot's much better than the three-pointer.
7-7 is the score. Oklahoma back the other way. Verhulst with the ball, dribbling, fade away on the shot. That's going to be no good. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to be saved by Oklahoma. Now kicked it back out to Verhulst for three. She's going to miss that one, and rebounded underneath by Oklahoma. They're going to call that a jump ball, and tap. That was one of the keys that Coach talked about. A&M's going to have to be able to rebound that ball.
And really, their defense so far this fourth quarter has been phenomenal for Texas A&M.
7-7 is your score. 3:54 left here in this first quarter. We've got a timeout here. We'll be back in just a second. You're listening to Texas A&M women's basketball from Lyric.
Having to make too fine of a pass and created some turnovers for Oklahoma. They already have 7 turnovers in this game. The Aggies only have 3, so they're taking care of the basketball. Now this is going to be, we're at 3:54. Nyes come out of the ball game, and Janie Spencer, who couldn't play last game, is in the game. But, now I think OU is going to really crank up that pressure.
Aggie basketball here, 7-7 to score, 3:54 left. Again, Spencer back in, now they get full court here. Spencer with the ball. On the court now for the Aggies, Spencer, Hilton, Kent, Parker, and Fat Jane. Kent with the ball now over to Lamaya. She gets the screen from Emerald, drives the basket, gets stuck, pulls up. That's going to be just a bit short. Oklahoma with the rebound. Coming back the other way is Verhulst. Looking inside, and nice hands there on the deflection. As Smith had the ball and tried to do a cross-court pass, with Fat Jane with the deflection pass.
Aggies were fortunate, though, because we had 2 players guarding one, and they were wide open down in the transition. That was Kaya Smith, and nobody saw her. Then they finally got her, and the Aggies were able to get back and play defense.
Baseline out of bounds. Oklahoma with the miss, A&M with the rebound and the fast break opportunity. Going to be a pull-up here. Shot no good. Fats with the offensive rebound. A nice, strong rebound. The miss there by Janae Kent. Another opportunity here for the Aggs. Spencer needs to be careful with that pass, trying to get it over to Kent on the wing.
Yeah, just make the simple pass. But, your teammate has to help to get you open. If you're just standing still and somebody's on you, that's not helping your teammate be open and make an easy pass.
That was one of the things all the coaches said at shoot-around this morning was come by and meet the pass. Sideline out of bounds for the Aggs. Kent with nobody there now to get the ball. It's going to be stolen by Oklahoma, and a fast break opportunity for Chavez. And she knocks that one down. 9-7 to the score, and that was a costly turnover there for the Aggs. Ball inside now to Malia Hilton. Now over to Cheney. 2:50 left, 9-7. Here's the score. Spencer trying to drive in, kicks it out to Fats looking inside. This is the first time we've had a post-up opportunity. No good there by Parker. Oklahoma coming back the other way.
But I'll take that shot all day long.
Aggies with their half-court defense. Back cut, nothing there for Oklahoma. Good defense there again by the Aggs.
And again, you got to credit Janae Kent. She stayed right. She didn't go for the fake. She just turned and ran with her. So OU had to lead the player too much and it went right out of bounds. Nye Pryor's checked back in. Vanessa Sadu is checked in. Also, Jordan Webster's checked into the ball game.
Along with Peen Steenbergen. Another thing that we talked about with Coach. And here's Nye Pryor with the pull-up. No good there from just inside the SEC marker in the paint. Coming back the other way, 9-7 is Chavez with the Oklahoma lead. Now she's looking inside to Beers. Beers gets it. That's going to be no good. Fight for the rebound. They're going to keep it here.
I think they're going to get Vanessa. Yeah. Again, but you know what? I don't mind that. Vanessa's down there battling hard. That's only, the fourth team foul on A&M, so 2 minutes left. And the next one, yeah, they'll be shooting one. They're 2 shots, but still the Aggies are doing a nice job of fighting down low.
Baseline out of bounds, 9-7 score. They get the ball into Beers. She's trying to turn her face. They get a nice cut inside there by Sahara Williams. Had Nye Pryor just kind of posted up.
Yeah, they recognized the mismatch, and they took advantage of it.
11-7 is the score. Hilton now back over to Pryor. Now Hilton trying to drive to the basket down the left side. Nothing there, trying to spin in. She pulls up, and that's going to be just a bit short. Defensive rebound here by Oklahoma coming back the other way. Verholst has the ball on the wing. She pulls up. That's going to be short. And Nye Pryor gets the rebound, not coming back the other way, looking up as Aggies have a fast break opportunity. Hilton gets that up and in. A nice job there. Defense to offense for the Aggs. 11-9 to the score. 1:30 left here. Coming back the other way now is Oklahoma. Steal attempt there. No good. Aggies fight for the rebound. Oklahoma gets the offensive rebound, trying to get the ball up. Spin move is up, and that's going to be no good. How is this? Wow, that's going to be, it should be.
And they're going to call that on
the
Peen.
hold on
That's ridiculous right there. Peen was holding her because she was being pulled down. That is the absolute wrong call.
He missed the first half. Here's the replay.
And look, now the coaches are recognizing it too.
Who they called that on.
Yeah, and Peen had her arm wrapped because Beers was pulling her down. She was trying not to fall.
The entire A&M coaching staff gets up because they thought the call was going to be on Beers, who gets the first free throws as the Aggies are now in the bonus. But yeah, the entire A&M coaching staff stood up when they realized that the call was going to go against.
I think Meredith Mitchell got up from the second row even talking on that one.
One more free throw here.
But again, that puts the Sooners.
Second free throw is good. 13-9 is the score. 1:16 left here in this first quarter. Dean Steenbergen taking the ball out, and Oklahoma showing a little bit of a press here. Nye Pryor gets the ball. A&M trailing by 4. 1:10 left here. Pryor brings it across half court. Gets the ball, free throw line extended to Peen. Fakes the shot. Now she's going to get a dribble handoff to Nye Pryor. Now backs it back out. And here's a shot from the three-point line. No good. Fight for the rebound. Beers gets it. Now they kick it out to Chavez. And she pulls it up quick, and that's going to be a pull-up shot for her. And now I'm seeing why she has been such a highly recruited player. Tap coming back the other way. 15-9 is Nye Pryor. She's going to lose the ball. Gets it back. Kicks it back out. And shot is no good.
OU's going to hold. Yeah, OU's going to hold it for one shot. But the Aggies, again, I know they're trying not to get in transition, but sometimes they just get a little bit out of control.
15-9 is the score here. 20 seconds left here in this first quarter. Chavez with the ball out by half court, holding it down. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Now here comes dribble handoff from Beers to Chavez. The ball is going to be poked away. Aggies with a chance here. Fast break coming the other way, and that's going to be a lost ball as Janae Kent was trying to, Lee Hilton was trying to get that ball over
to George
Webster.
Yeah.
And ended up throwing it away. 15-9 is the score. 3.3 seconds left here in this first quarter.
That would have been big for the Aggies to have scored right there. Cut it to Talia Gavoka's checked into the ball game just to play a little defense, use some quickness in these last 3 seconds.
Aggies pick it up full court. And how is that? And they're going to shoot that. Yeah, nothing's going to end up happening there. As Nye Pryor ends up on the sideline. And she is slow to get up here, Tap.
Yeah, again, I don't mind a physical game, but I understand, show us what's going to be allowed, what's not going to be allowed.
15-9 to the score here at bothmanfoundation.com. Jason Cornelius, Tap in series with you ready to start the second quarter. 15-9 to the score, Tap. A&M did a very good job early on until probably the last minute or so of that first quarter.
Yeah, but you also had a lot of players that really hadn't been getting a lot of playing time in this pre-conference, having to play together. And so there's the part, and there's Talia Gavoka turning her head and getting a backdoor cut on her. Aggies fortunate for the miss and the defensive rebound.
Nye Pryor coming back the other way. 15-9 is the score. Fast now with the ball at the free throw line. She can knock that one down if she gets a good look at it. Now Nye has the ball. She is going to knock that one down. 15-11, and that's the shot that the Aggies really need to be working on.
And that's the shot that Nye needs to take, too.
Beers now with the ball at the top of the key over to Verholst on the left. Again, Oklahoma does a lot of back cuts here. Beers now has the ball, and there's a ball inside to Nye Pryor, and a steal there by Jordan Webster. coming back the other way with the ball, now looking for Nye Pryor to get the offense set up. And again, the first quarter was a lot of great Aggie defense.
And they started out just like that, too, on that first possession.
There's Fats with a shot, no good there. Fight for the rebound. And they fight for the rebound, and there's Emerald Parker going for the ball. Beers pulls her down, and nothing there. Aggies up with the ball underneath, and that's going to be a shot up and good by Sahara Williams. They're letting a lot go underneath, especially with Beers.
Yeah, you better be big and strong when you go down there. But again, right there, the Aggies allowed offensive penetration. It was too easy, and then they had a mismatch, and one of their big players just made an easy bucket.
Not getting the double screen up at the top of the key. Now gets stuck underneath. Now kick the ball out, and that's going to be a steal on the pass. Coming back the other way is Oklahoma with a 17-11 lead. Looking for Verhulst underneath. And that gets away from her and going back out of bounds. The Aggies cannot get in a track meet when it comes to playing Oklahoma.
No, they can't, but that's OU's 10th turnover so far tonight. So Aggies really doing a nice job. Joni Taylor talking to Leah, hey, when you're there at defense, we have you to stop penetration, not to give up penetration.
17-11 the score, 8:19 left here in this first half. Pryor bringing the ball across half court, getting the offense set up. Down screens happening behind, and here comes Celeste Blow. Now over to Jordan Webster in the corner. She's trying to drive, nothing there. Kick the ball back out to Fats. And here comes Nye with 5 on the shot clock. She realizes it now, has to get something up. She's just gonna put that one up. And that's not gonna hit anything. Shot clock violation for the Aggies. That was just not a good possession there.
No, it wasn't. And again, they tried to set up Jordan Webster, and you got to give OU credit. They recovered, took away that three-pointer in the corner, and everybody else was just standing still. Nye had an opportunity, I thought, because she had shoulder fake, and the girl went up the air, could have jumped into her and maybe gotten the foul called on that, the defensive foul.
17-11 is the score. Beers, and there's the back cut by Chavez, and that is a great defensive job there by Jordan Webster on the back cut by Chavez, and just gets the ball there.
And that was defensive help on the baseline. Jordan's person was on the baseline. She came off of her and just jumped straight up, got her hands on top of the ball, and came down with Chavez.
Aggies get the ball on the turnover with the jump ball. Pryor now bringing it across, gets the orders from Coach Taylor. Dribble handoff, now Celeste Blow at the top of the key, over to Jordan Webster. She's gonna get the screen and pull up for 3, and that's gonna be just off the front of the rim. On the screen from Parker, coming back the other way is Oklahoma with Van. Now she kicks it over to Stewart, and in the corner to Beers, and she knocks Parker down and just gets the wide open layup. 19-11.
The Aggies are really trying to defend Beers before she catches it, but Beers still can't just turn around and throw you down, but the officials are allowing you to, so let me rephrase that. Apparently the officials are allowing you to turn and throw around and throw somebody on the ground.
Here's Nye Pryor, she pulls up, and the foul's gonna be called.
No, don't. Get it. Oh, I think she came down.
On her ankle.
Yep, somebody's foot.
Pryor goes up for a shot and does get fouled. 19-11 to score right now. 6:53 left here in the second quarter.
Keep your shoe tied.
Yeah, tied it. Yeah, she's not pulling it. Yeah, they're pulling it tighter.
Okay. And Joni now is getting a chance to talk to the official, going, "Hey, you gotta watch Pryor. Y'all are catching the second foul.
Yeah.
You know."
Nye Pryor walking it off. 19-11 is the score here. She's got 2 free throws coming up. 6:53 left here in this second quarter.
Yeah, so now, if I'm Joni Taylor, okay, I can't have Nye sit, because if she sits, and at halftime, just keep jogging, keep walking around. Do not sit down.
2 free throws coming up. She was 1 for 2 her last time at the free throw line. That one rims out. 19-11 still to score here. Coach Taylor had a nice long talk with the officials. 1 more free throw here. Second one is short, and that is going to go out of bounds off of the Aggies.
Fats did a nice job of getting around the girl, and I think she got a little push. That's what she thinks so, too.
That's what she's talking about. Chavez bringing the ball across half court for Oklahoma. gets the screen to the top of the key, and she pulls up for three. That was going to be long, rebounded by the Aggs. Nye Pryor goes up and gets it. Nice to see her being able to move on that ankle some. A lot of adrenaline still going. Over to Celeste Blow, guarded by Chavez. She gets the screen, drives around Beers, gets the ball up, no good. Beers with the rebound. Aggies trying to get back. Bringing the ball across the court is Smith, and that's going to be off her foot. And another turnover for Oklahoma. 19-11 is the score still here. Aggies haven't scored in the last 3 minutes and 13 seconds.
They're only shooting a lot, 5 of 21, but again, it's a lot of just trying to break down one-on-one. Earlier in the season, we saw a lot of passing and moving, and it's going back just a lot of dribbling right now.
Hand off to Jordan Webster, who's in the game now at the top of the key. Parker has the ball. Beers hags off of her. Jordan Webster now with the ball. Over to Celeste Blow. She pulls up, and that's going to rim in and out. Coming back the other way of Oklahoma, and Chavez is going to pull up, and that was going to rim in and out. A nice rebound there by Parker. Nye with the ball. Now coming back the other way, has numbers, and going to kick the ball out to Jordan Webster, and that one's going to be no good. Aggs can't find it. Oklahoma back the other way. Good defense. Kicks it out to Beers. She's going to pull that one up. That one's going to go off the rim. No good, but long rebound, and Oklahoma's going to find that rebound. Chavez now with the ball at the top of the key, out by the logo. Over to Smith. Beers gets it. No, now they do get the ball inside to Beers, and there's just nothing that Parker can do with that when she gets that position.
Yeah, she just pinned her. All they did was reverse the basketball, and Beers knew that was happening, so she set her up and just turned her body and kept her pinned on her backside.
21-11 to the score. Oklahoma on a 6-0 run. Aggies are 0 for their last 5. Pryor has the ball, trying to drive, nothing there, and gets all the way in and gets to the basket for the layup. A nice one-on-one there, but as you mentioned, Tap, that we can't have so much of that.
Yeah, a lot of standing around. They knew Nye had the basketball, and everybody else just kind of stood there.
Long three-pointer that is up and good by Kaya Smith. 24-13 is the score. Pryor back the other way. 4:36 left here in this second quarter. Oklahoma with an 11-point lead. And coach is going to call a timeout here.
Yeah, she knows she's got some tired players, and they're a bunch of standing around. So instead of waiting for the media, she went ahead and called that timeout. 24-13 is the score. 4:31 left here. Tap and I will be back in just a second. You're listening to Texas A&M women's basketball from Learfield. But they're, banging off the backboard. And so, again, a lot of times when you come back your first game, if your shot doesn't fall, you start feeling a little sorry for yourself. So then you start standing around and dribbling, thinking somebody else is going to be able to create something. But the problem is, then you have 4 people standing around looking for somebody else to do something. And if it's not Nye Pryor, nobody else really has the ability to try to create off the dribble.
The last layup that A&M got was exactly as Tapp was describing. Nye dribbling for about 5 seconds, able to make her way all the way to the basket to get the layup. But that was the first basket for A&M in the last 5 minutes. 24-13 the score as we come back into live action. 4:31 left here in the second quarter. It'll be A&M ball, sideline out of bounds.
I love it. The Hullabaloo band's playing during that timeout. And you look, it's not the regular Hullabaloo. It's a lot of the former students that come back and play during the holidays.
Break. A&M with the ball in for A&M right now. Seydu, Kavoka, Kent, Blow, and Janae, excuse me.
I was trying to see.
Go ahead.
No, I was just trying to see if Nye was getting retaped, but she's not. She's just sitting on the bench.
Offensive rebound by Janae Kent. Now Kavoka with the ball. 13 on the play clock. Seydu now Kent with the ball, and that's going to be a travel. She didn't get her feet set. Another turnover by the Aggies. 4:01 left here, 24-13. You're right. For those that may have missed that, on one of her shots, Nye Pryor came down on someone's ankle and was in a lot of pain. They quickly made sure that she tied her shoe a lot tighter to keep that pressure on it.
Not allow it to swell up.
Coming back the other way. And how is that not a foul? As Verhulst knocks down the shot, but really just pushed with a full extension there. No matter what, 26-13 in the score, 3:45 left here, 13-point lead for Oklahoma. Looking inside for Johnny, nothing there. Steenberger looking, and they're going to call that off.
Finally, but there's been a lot more. But like you said, but I think the Aggies need to get more confident in their entry passes. You know, because they could get a hook around bounce pass to them and give Fats an opportunity to score down from the box.
There was the replay of that shot by Verhulst. A lot of extension on there. Officials didn't see that it was enough for a foul. Based on out of bounds here for the Aggies, they kicked the ball out to Steenbergen. And now Kavoka has the ball at the top of the key. Getting a double screen. Back over to Steenbergen. She's going to pull that up from deep, and that's going to hit absolutely nothing and go back the other way.
Bean was trying to say, hey, they got a piece of it. Like, she's a good shooter. She knows.
Is, yeah, she is.
I got to feel like if she felt like it was touched, that it might have been.
Van comes back the other way for Oklahoma. Now over to Verhulst. 26-13 to score. Dribble handoff to Williams. Good switch there by the Aggie defense. Now back out to Verhulst. He's going to pull that up. That's going to be a miss, and a lot of contact here. And underneath is going to be a foul against the Aggies.
I think they may get Fats over the back, but Janae Kent was involved. I don't remember seeing which Sooner was involved, but Kent and the other Sooner kind of went face-to-face for a little bit. Officials are all... Now, of course, we'll probably have to go
to the replay here for a second. Yeah, and it was, looking at the replay, a good call. Fats did come over the back. There was a lot of contact there from Janae Kent.
Hey, I'm happy. Oh, we're still talking.
And Sahara Williams.
Looks like we're trying to play on. No punches were swung or anything like that.
And now the officials are going to go and check.
Of course. This is what frustrates me. Absolutely nothing happened. They squared off. Let's play on.
There was some chirping, but that was about it. The call was against...
Maybe they're going to give like a warning to both sides or something. Double tag. Who knows?
See what the official call is going to be here.
Roy Gilbian's earning all his money today. So the foul was on Janae.
Yes, but then a double technical on the team.
Yeah.
They didn't assign those to any player.
Which is good. Now OU's not happy with the double tag. I think not to say one way or the other, but I'm sure Joni's probably said, okay, Janae doesn't get down low and, fight like Fats does. We'd rather foul on her than Fats.
Ball in Chavez at the top of the key. 26-13 to score. Wide open shot. Wide open in the corner was Keziah Lofton. She ends up stepping on the line. 26-13. Is the score here. 3:04 left here. Ags 1 for 8.
Yep.
For their last 8, excuse me. Pryor in the game at the top of the key. Now over to Fats. Now over to Janae Kent on the left. Dribble handoff. Trying to get downhill. Nothing there. Over to Celeste Blow. Now she's going to pull up for three, and that's going to hit nothing. Fats with the offensive rebound. They got to check the shot clock because that didn't hit anything. That's going to be another miss again. Fats with another rebound. 2 offensive rebounds here by Fats Janae.
Now this is what I'm going to tell you. Reward her. Get her the ball down low and let her go in. Beers is out of the ball game.
Green at the top of the key. Pull up by, and that's going to hit nothing as Nye Pryor pulls that up at the free throw line. Nothing there. Coming back quickly the other way is Oklahoma, and their fast break works to perfection. Nothing there. Peen gets it, and she's going to get pushed, but nothing there. He's coming the other way. Janae Kent with an opportunity to lay up, and she knocks that one down. 26-15 to score. Aggies back down by 11 with 2 minutes left here.
Let me tell you how smart Peen Steenbergen was. She was out of bounds, made sure she stepped back in bounds, and then caught the basketball, then got the ball up the floor.
Crowd trying to get here behind the Aggies. Verhulst at the top of the key. She's trying to drive on screen. And no good there. And the ball. And they're going to call a foul
on Fats.
14th foul against the Aggies. 1:44 left here. 26-15 is the score. In the game right now for the Ags, Pryor, Steenbergen, Kent, Blow, and Fats. So based on bounce.
Well, let's think about a good thing. You know, Lauren Ware got those 2 quick fouls, hadn't been back in. Should be pretty fresh for this. Oh, that's a flat-out clear out with that arm.
And the Aggies do end up with the ball coming back the other way with the numbers. Nye Pryor's going to get that all the way to the basket. Foul and one. A nice drive there by Nye Pryor using the fast break and kind of hide. They just kind of, if you watch the replay here, just kind of hiding her way to get behind basically some blockers in front of her like a football play. Gets the layup and the free throw opportunity here.
Yeah, Janae Kent, like you said, just running down the middle, just inadvertently got stayed right there. But I go back to, I mean, the OU player literally, you even heard the crowd get upset. I mean, took that left arm and just cleared out an Aggie, and I just don't know what the officials are watching so far.
Nye Pryor with the free throw. 3-point play the hard way. Aggies with now trailing 26-18. Here's a three-pointer by Oklahoma. That's going to be no good. And a rebound again. Nye with the ball and a little bit of a fast break. One more time. He's going to kick the ball out to Peen Steenbergen. Now over to Fats. Now over to the corner. That's going to be a wide open three. No good. Oklahoma with the ball as we get down to a minute. A drive by, and that's going to be an offensive rebound. And
that's going to be a walk.
And they do call that one this time.
Crowd with a little bit, maybe, you know, finally.
26-18 is your score. 59.5 seconds left here. Nye's going to get the ball with a little bit of pressure by Kaya Smith. Nye across half court. That's going to come up to the top of the key to give her a screen. Nothing there. Now Fats has it right at the top of the key. She's looking to drive on Beers. Gets it in good. A nice drive there by Fats, and that's something we haven't seen almost all game, is someone taking it all the way to the basket.
And I don't mind that because she's going against a bigger player, but still you had 4 players standing around, but they need to still spread the floor out a little bit more.
26-20 is the score right now, closer than the Aggies have been. 7-0 run in the last minute and 30. 10 on the play clock, on the shot clock. And they get the ball back to Chavez. She's going to pull up and knock that one down. And she is just a pure shooter with a quick release. 4 on the clock here. 3, 2.
Shoot it.
Pull up, and they're going to say no good there. 28-20 tap is the score as we get ready to go into halftime. And that last kind of 3 minutes and 55 seconds for the Aggies got them where they're only down by 8 going.
Yeah, I would have loved to have gone down.
The basket one more time, gonna get the foul. The tap. That's what we saw at the end of the first half, was Fats taking that ball hard to the hole.
Yeah, it's a great matchup for her. But again, the other 4 got to make sure they spread out. So if they do come at her, now she can kick it out. And I mentioned it, I think we were still on when I mentioned it. Lauren Ware back in the game, she got those two quick fouls, and Joni kept her out. And Emerald Parker gave him some good minutes, you know, and Vanessa Seydoux did also. So, you know, and then Fats played a lot of the 5. Fats' second or third missed free throw this season.
Second one is up and good. 28-21 the score. A&M down by 7. Coming back the other way now is Oklahoma over to Van on the wing. And they're going to call a foul on the down cut. Trying to see what that's going to be on. Baseline out of bounds here for Oklahoma. And that's going to be an high pass. No one there. They get the ball right back into Beers. She misses the free throw. It's an easy layup. Now gets the ball back out to Van. No good there. Lauren Ware back into the game. After sitting out much of that first half of 2 fouls with the defensive rebound. Now Pryor with the ball. She's going to get the high screen from Lauren Ware. Drive to the free throw line, put that up, and it's going to roll off the front of the rim, come back the other way, and they're going to call that foul on Nye Pryor, a little too aggressive, trying to get the ball back.
That was a tough shot to make some penetration off the dribble. But again, sometimes let's come up with some shots, but you still like the effort the Aggies are coming out, still playing good defense early in the second half.
Coming back the other way, Oklahoma with the 7-point lead. Burholt with the ball on top of the key. Kicks the ball out to Van. Now gets the ball out of Beers, and she's still extending that arm out very high. No call there, but she knocks down the free throw. The 15-foot shot, 30-21 to the score.
And Beers has that ability to step out 15, feet, 20 feet, knock down that shot. But like you said, that arm just a little bit on every catch.
Lauren Ware now has the ball, going to give a dribble handoff to Jamaica. Jamaica to get the screen. Tried to do a two-man game there. Looks inside, nothing there. She's going to drive the basket. Put up her first shot. That's going to be blocked from behind by Burholt. Aggies get back on
Find the ball.
Nobody found the ball. That's going to be a drive. Nothing there. Beers with the offensive rebound. That's going to be a nice hit away from Fat Johnny. Coming back the other way. Police blow in the corner. She's going to put that up. Nothing there. Sanchez is going to get the rebound, come back the other way.
Yeah,
She's going to pull that one up and knock it down. She's really touching her. You cannot let her just walk into a free throw.
Yeah, the Aggies are 0 for 13 from behind the line tonight shooting the basketball.
And nobody did not come all the way to help her. She's going to pull up again. Missed that one.
And just like you said earlier, Janae just kind of stopped instead of keep coming to the ball.
33-21 on the score. Oklahoma now back up by 12. 7-10 left here in the third quarter. Dribble handoff from from Nye to Jamaica. Batching the ball at the top of the key now over the Chiefs. Now in the lane there. The Aggie offense does look a little stagnant. Now back to Nye Pryor. She's going to pull that up. It's going to be a little bit short. Nothing here is going to be rebounded by Beers. She's going to bring the ball up the court. Wisely gives that off to Burholt. Now back on the defense. Subs coming to the table. Burrow's looking to do a pick and roll there. Now looking inside. They've got the offensive foul called on Beers.
With a nice little, smooth little elbow into Lauren Ware.
Subs coming in for the Aggies. All checked again. Press here by Oklahoma. Hilton gets the ball now over to Fatson. As we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, she can actually bring the ball up in that kind of forward position.
And they got right into an offense instead of waiting 10 seconds to get it to 9.
And Hilton with the ball now over to Webster. A little bit too deep for her. Now has the ball in the ring. Going to get the screen. And she's going to lose the ball, slipping on the floor right there. Oklahoma gets the turnover. Coming back the other way is Van. Trying to get all the way to the basket. And they're going to say the block is going to be off of A&M. The ball's going to be out of bounds with the baseline for Oklahoma.
Again, Jordan Webster was back. Did a nice job getting that hand on top of the basketball. And the officials letting that go, and the ball went out of bounds on A&M. But A&M still doing a nice job in transition.
Baseline out of bounds. They get the ball in quickly. Oklahoma shot is up and good. The baseline out of bounds play there. Cheney gets the ball over to Fat, who brings the ball across half court. Now starts the Has the ball now running two games with Webster. Not sure who that's against. Cheney goes back to him. Gonna let that ball go out of bounds. Very safe. Oklahoma's ball.
Well, it was touch. She could have picked it up. Aggies would have only had about 8 on the shot clock by the time she got it. But again, you'd still like to go after it right there. OU does such a good job at just, I mean, it's catch release. I mean, their feet, they do a good job with their feet and get their whole bodies in position ready to shoot the basketball before they catch it.
Oklahoma with the ball now over to Chavez as she drives the basket, pulls up. This is out a long rebound, gets it herself. Loses it for a second, now over to Smith. Smith trying to drive the basket, kicks it over to Van. Van, 1-2 step into the lane, no good. Rebounded there by Pat Jones. Again, as the officials have let this get forward more.
Yeah, you're right. I know it's conference play, but, you know, set the tone early instead of trying to set it now in the second half.
They call a jump ball on that. The ball's going to go over to A&M with possession there. 35-24. A&M has not scored in the last 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Jenny Spencer in at the point guard. It's not good break. My Hilton Cousins. That's going to be a turnover. She didn't come and meet the ball there. Action underneath. They're going to call a jump ball again. And that's going to stay here with Oklahoma. That was another chance for A&M to just not come in.
Yeah, Darius Taylor was just constantly, you got to go get it. You can't just wait for it. It's like that receiver that just sits there and the defensive back comes in and just intercepts it.
Oklahoma right now just needs to be a step faster against the ball out of bounds for Oklahoma. 35-21, 5:43 left.
I thought there was closer to like 23 on the shot clock.
They get the ball inside. That's going to be short. Offensive rebound is going to be up again. No good. Another offensive rebound. Smith from 3. That's no good. And that's going to go out of bounds over to A&M.
You know, neither team is shooting very well. OU's at 28%, the Aggies at 24. But like I said, OU's 3 for 17 from behind the line. The Aggies are 0 for 13 from behind the line.
Oklahoma won for their last 8 field goals, but they're also still on a 7-0 lead, 7-0 run. We're towards 5 minutes left here in this third quarter. 35-21 on the Eastern Sportsbook. Now brings the ball out. Hand it off. Now back over the 9 corner, looks inside, nothing there. Did not see looking inside. Did give her a chance.
Yeah, Fats was trying to do it, and I was trying to lead her to the basket again. Not great communication right there.
Nice crossover move all the way to the basket there. Nothing. going for the shot, but she does get the foul.
And you said nice crossover. I think she lost 2 OU players on that. I mean, she did a great, delay, and then all of a sudden, stutter move, and then she just crossed back over. And I think she had got everybody to fall asleep with the red jerseys. Yeah, Aggies not helping themselves from the line. 3 of 8.
One more here to go. And that was lane violation.
No, they're going to get a foul because they said they hooked Emerald Parker down there.
Aggies with the ball baseline out of bounds. Looking for anybody to move. Pat's finally up to the outlet. He's got the ball on the wing, now comes back out. Now Pryor at the top of the key, now back out to the loader, guarded closely by an Oklahoma defender. Not a lot of movement tap on this offense. 5 on the play clock, they kick the ball out. Webster, that's going to be in and out. Rebound, nothing there. Chavez gets the deflection, now backs the other way to Burholt. Beers at the top of the key, now Burholt, she's going to pull up that 3. And knocks that one down. And now it's 40-21. Oklahoma extending the lead on a 12-0 run in the last 4 minutes.
And now we're getting a little push from behind. And really, the Aggies, it's coming down to, I hate to say it, just shooting the basketball and execution on offense because it's a lot of standing around instead of passing and moving. But I'm still not disappointed in their defensive effort.
Webster at the line. This is her first trip to the free throw line tonight. Knocks that one down. 40-22 minutes.
People may see that if right now, if you turned in, you go, oh, both teams are walking it up, seeing the score.
First time the Aggies have gone 2 for 2 from the free throw line tonight.
Aggies showing a little half-court trap.
And they get down there quickly and break that one for an easy layup. By Desire lost it. Naya gets the ball back down, trailing by 19. 42-23 is the score. A&M being outscored 14-3 here in this third quarter so far. Naya trying to hold the defense, dribbling around in the paint, now kicks it back out. Thought somebody was going to be out there. Coach Taylor is wearing a light-colored dress tonight.
Yeah, sometimes you just see things out the corner of your eye and you think it's your teammate. I've done that.
Going inside, and they're going to
Are they going to get beers?
No, they're going to call the hold on that first.
Yeah. OU's coach is saying, hey, that's continuation right there. Let it go. What about advantage, disadvantage? She didn't put us at a disadvantage. We still would have scored.
And get the ball in the first, nothing, and kick it back off to Lawson. She pulls that one up, and that's nothing, and they're going to call a foul on Kent there. She was trying to box out Chavez.
Yeah, so the Sooners will be shooting the bonus for the rest of this quarter.
Both teams now with 5 team fouls. Chavez the first up and good. 43-23 now the score. 3:08 left here in the third quarter. This is the second one, rebounded by Webster. Gets the ball over to Nightfire. It's 33-23 to score. Might get the ball over to Kent on the wing. Looking inside to Lauren Ware, nothing there. Guarded very close. She dribbles down into the paint, now kicks it back out to Lauren. Lauren over the back. She's going to pull that one up. No good off the back of the rim. Chavez with the ball. They're going to get the ball across half court. Picked up by Webster. Call it.
is phenomenal. Because again, both players are fighting, and OU's throwing as many elbows as we're trying to get around them.
Checking the Aggies number 7, Minnie Steenbergen, number 25, Celine Slow. And the line is number 12, Hector Burles, shooting 2.
Shot is up and good. 44-23 now your score. Again, 2:39 left here in the third quarter. Second up and good. Get the ball into Celise Lowe. Brings it across half court. Gets the screen. Drives the basket now. Brings it back out. Now over to Nye Pryor. 20 on the shot clock as Nye gets ready to set the offense. He's going to get the high screen from nowhere. Drives now over to Peeney. Gets it back over to now on the right wing, looking inside. His Lawrence was pushed all the way out from the post to the free throw line. Now she's going to come set that screen. Now going to try to probe, get it up, put that shot up, and that's going to be no good. She's on the ground, but they're going to say that did hit the rim.
Yeah, it did. And really, I think OU's length is really is bothering, especially this quarter, the Aggies. Because, Nye at her size is being guarded by somebody 6 foot almost the entire ball game. And everybody's got length for OU.
You say this quarter, 17-3 is the score in the quarter here. Oklahoma outscoring the Aggies. 45-23 is the score. Here's the ball at the top of the key. Going to drive the basket. That's going to be a foul and a bucket. As they were down, driving the basket. She's going to be fouled by Lauren Ware.
Foul on the Aggies number 32, Lauren Ware, fourth personal.
Lauren's going to pick up her fourth foul and going to end up going to the bench.
Checking the Aggies number 5, Mrs. Sinu. Smith at the line with the Sooners, a shooting 1.
Smith with the free throw to go. That one's going to go out. Burholz tried to get the rebound, but ends up missing. And going out.
Texas A&M.
And that our media timeout yet. So 2 minutes left of this third.
This quarter has just been a full example of the A&M offense just not being able to really move or do anything.
Yeah, and here's, I think, that play they call Marcel Reed trying to show this press breaker a little bit sooner where they kind of isolate the inbound player. But, I mean, the Aggies have been outscored 19-2 over the last 6.5 minutes of this ball game.
Aggies get the ball in. Steenbergen's going to bring the ball across half court. Now she gets the ball over to Celise Lowe. She's going to drive now over here on the right wing. Now brings it back up to the top of the key. Aggies in the 1-4. They get the ball in to Janae Kent, who now pulls the ball back out. Now she's going to pull it up from the free throw line extended. Nothing there. Oklahoma with the rebound. Sanchez is going to quickly get the ball across half court. Nobody picks her up. Now she's going to dump the ball into Beers. Again, just bad transition defense there by the Aggies. Nobody picked up Chavez until she was at the free throw.
Yeah, rule number 1 is you stop the basketball, and you had 2 Aggies back, and they both guarded the other players back for OU.
Another turnover by the Aggies as Kent lost the ball. A layup the other way that should have been a travel. As Lofton gets the layup. Took a little skip right before there, but nonetheless, 51-23 is the score. Nye Pryor with the ball now at the top of the key. Getting the screen from Sadu. Probing now over to Steenbergen. She's going to pull that up. Nothing good. Chavez with the ball coming back the other way up the court. Good defense there by Peen. Beer still has the ball, gets it up. Offensive rebound and keeps it high. Nothing there again. Sadu finally gets the defensive rebound.
Keep it up, and that's it. Don't bring it down.
And that's what happened. She brought it down, and that's going to be almost taken away there by an Oklahoma player. That was Lofton. Sadu kept kind of bringing it too low. Jump ball was called.
Jump ball should be Aggies' ball. This is what I never understand. Well, so now the Aggies are only going to have 5 seconds to get it across half court.
25 on the play clock. Shot clock. That's taken out. They go deep with that. And it is going to be controlled by Janae Kent. shot's going to be put up from the wing. That's going to be short. Rebounded. It's Celeste Blow. Gets her own rebound. Now kicks it back out to Janae. Nye Pryor has the ball with 13 on the shot clock. She's going to get a high screen from Emerald Parker, who checks into the game for Lauren Ware. Gets it one more time. Tries to split the defense. Nothing there. Tries to put it up. A foul's going to be called as she puts that shot up. Kaya Smith's going to be called for the foul. That length is there again. And Naya's the only one really moving with any kind
everybody else is just expecting her to penetrate and kick it out. Like I said, I still think we've only seen it 2 or 3 times. Give the ball to Fats at the top of the key and spread out and let her take her player off the dribble. She's been pretty successful with that.
Oklahoma on an 11-0 run. Nye Pryor back at the free throw line. Knocks this one down. She's now 3 of 8 from the free throw line. 51-24 is the score.
You know, we saw this a few times last year. The Aggies would play teams tough in that first half and that third quarter. You know, would just kind of whatever, nothing would go right. And that's kind of been how it is tonight.
Knocks the second one down. 51-24 is the score. 6 seconds left here in the first.
Judges assistant neutral jacket number 10, October.
Nye with the steal. And we're going to say it does go off of Zaya Van.
And you got to love the fact you see Nye Pryor, you know, just playing as hard as she can, trying to get the rest of her team. You saw, get down here, come play.
Baseline out of bounds here for the Aggies. 4.3 seconds left. Trying to get something underneath the basket, nothing there. Throw the ball up to Emerald, and gonna go out of bounds off of Oklahoma, 1.9 left. Again, baseline out of bounds. In the Fat, she tries to tip it up, but does get fouled. As they tried to run a little alley-oop play for Fat today there. And with that, we will say that was our Wells Fargo between the baselines. Wells Fargo Bank of doing, and the official bank of Texas A&M Athletics.
Yeah, the Aggies have scored 5 points this quarter.
That one's up and good. 51-26 is the score. Second free throw is good. 51-27 is the score. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter.
Texas A&M 27.
We'll be back here for the fourth quarter in just a second. You are listening to Texas A&M women's basketball.
0 for 8, 16 from behind the three-point line. It's tough to win basketball games.
51-27 the score as we begin this fourth quarter. Oklahoma with the ball. Nye Pryor still playing hard, and you saw that tap right into that third quarter.
Yeah.
How she was able to get a steal and was trying to rally her team as well. Sideline out of bounds here for Oklahoma.
What you need now is the other 4 on the floor with her to play, pick that up and keep that going.
Oklahoma with the ball in the wing to Williams. Looking inside, ball just kind of lazily thrown out there. Now stuck in the corner. It's Lofton gets the ball in. The layup is going to be good as she finds Sahara Williams.
Yeah, Sahara Williams did a nice job using her body. She let Emerald Parker kind of front her a little bit, and she just let her go that way, and the rest of the teammates just threw a nice entry pass.
Felice brings the ball across the half court, now over to Nye Pryor to Kent. Now inside the Fats, tried to look at the back door, is not cut. Fats driving to the basket one more time, gets the ball up, and that was the first play that they had to start the third quarter, and it worked to perfection. It was a play that they used at the end of the second quarter, and it worked to perfection. And now we see it here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but again, I think it's still hard for her to get there because there's still too much congestion. The Aggies really need to get outside that three-point line and give Fats that opportunity.
Fats back at the line. Knocks that one down. Makes her 4 for 5 here from the free throw line. One more to go. Gets that one to roll in off the front of the rim. 53-29 is the score. Now Oklahoma coming back the other way. And she's going to step out of line as out of bounds. Looking to Emma Tolan, and just a lazy pass over the other side of the on the sidelines tap.
Again, it's a hard game to describe tonight because it's just the fact that I can't say defensively the Aggies haven't done what they wanted to do. I'm looking right now, and as far as points scored for, there's one, Chavez has her 15 and Beers 10, but nobody else is in double figures yet, and all 5 of their starters are averaging double figures.
Oklahoma also had 18 turnovers here tonight. So, yeah, everything that you would look at and think that A&M would be a lot closer than 53-29 is happening. Nye Pryor now with the ball on the right wing. She pulls up, and that one's going to be just a bit short. Thatch fights for it, but nothing there. Out of bounds, now going to go over to Oklahoma. Nye still showing a lot of energy, trying to pick up full court.
Now, the rebound is, a different story, but like I've been saying most of this game, most of the OU's rebounds are coming from the defensive end, where the Aggies, first off, aren't making shots, but secondly, are getting back on defense, just trying to stop transition.
And another backdoor cut that they've run multiple times here this evening as Sahara Williams gets the layup. Aggies back the other way. Kent with the ball on the left wing. She's driving now into the lane. Kicks it back out to Fatch. Fatch trying to drive one more time. Gets the spin. She loses the ball. Oklahoma going back the other way, and that's going to be Williams with the layup. Up and good. 57-29 to score. Aggies coming back the other way. Shot's going to be up and in. That's Celeste Blow. Gets the shot in, up and in.
Celeste Blow is much better in transition offensively than she is in running set plays, what I've seen so far this season.
Oklahoma with the kick out. Too lofted, no good there. Offensive rebound is up and good by Brooklyn Stewart. 59-31 is your score.
I'm telling you right now, you look at it, Fats and Nye have played 28, 30 minutes of this ball game already. And you can tell, they're giving everything they have.
And continue to. Fats with the ball in the wing, gets the ball in. Inside to the post, and that's going to be Parker. Nothing there, and they're going to call a foul underneath.
Yeah, they're going to get lofted.
Janae Kent was trying to get the offensive rebound.
But he still came up with a good shot. Emma Parker had to pivot a few times, but they're not doubling the post player because they're not afraid of our posts. They're just guarding the few people they think can score. But it was started by an entry pass. That was really about the first entry pass that we've seen.
Baseline out of bounds for the Aggies. Fats has the ball in the short corner, now kicks the ball out to Jordan Webster. Over to Celeste Blow, Ware back in the game. She's got 4 fouls. Dribble handoff to Nye Pryor. Back out to Blow. Over to Fat. She's going to pull that one up from the wing and knock that one down. Now, she can catch it from rhythm tap and get it. That's a much better shot than just standing there for a minute. Oklahoma back the other way. That's going to be blocked out of bounds by Celeste Blow. 59-34 is the score.
But it's amazing. You make 1 3-pointer and everybody picks it up right now. You're 1 of 17 from behind the line, but now all of a sudden you feel like, okay, we finally made a shot.
8-7 the score here in this fourth quarter. 59-34 the score overall. Shot by Chavez. She knocks that one down from deep tap.
You just have to stay in front of her, no doubt. Jordan Webster was guarding her on the top side. She just crossed back over and pulled up that easy shot, uncontested.
18 points here for Chavez. And that's going to be a drive to the basket. It's going to be slapped away as Webster tries to get all the way down the lane. Baseline out of bounds here from the Aggies.
Yeah, Chavez, like you said, definitely what she was advertised to be.
Not a lot of movement for the Aggies on the baseline out of bounds. Fatch gets it in the corner. Still a lot of standing around. Now Fatch brings it back out to the top of the key over to Nye Pryor. She takes one dribble in and knocks that one down.
And you see, Nye knows her strength. She knew she was wide open on the 3, but I got to take one dribble because I'm a better shooter off the dribble than a set shot.
Chavez pulls that one up off the back of the iron. We'll see who the foul's going to be on.
I think they're going to get Fats. I heard 44, I thought.
She disagrees with that vehemently. Baseline out of bounds here now for Oklahoma.
That's Fats' 4th foul also. So she and Lauren both have 4.
62-36 to score, 6:07 left.
Now, I'm going to tell you that, OU you go, okay, we're getting, Texas A&M, but they've been averaging over 100 points the last 11 games that they've played.
Again, that's one of the things they shot as the shot is up by Oklahoma. They a reach in by Zaya Van against the Aggies. But one of the things we talked about, Tap, here in this game, like if you look at the majority of the stats, and we may be able to ask Coach Taylor this, she was going to be happy with a good portion of what her team has done tonight, with the exception of maybe the offensive end and some of the shots that they've been able to take. Because again, a lot of the keys that she talked about, they've been able to do.
Besides the rebound, which, again, I think I've tried to explain why that number's so big.
Nye tries to get the ball inside the Lauren Ware. Going to be a foul on the hold against Oklahoma.
Yeah, Joni's thinking like I did. She went, shoot it. Shoot that ball. You were 8 feet from the basket.
Baseline out of bounds here again for the Aggs. 62-36 is your score. They get the ball inside the Lauren on the post after the baseline. Now she's got Beers on her, and shot is up. Going to be short by Lauren Ware. And excuse me, that's not Beers, that's Colton. Chavez back the other way. She's going to pull that one up just inside the three-point line. Offensive rebound by Oklahoma. Van has the ball. Now over to Colton. Now Verholter shoots that one, no good. Fats with the strong defensive rebound coming back the other way is Nye Pryor. 62-36 still your score. Nye with the crossover into the lane, and another hard layup by Nye Pryor and the foul.
It's going to be Nye's 16th point of the game. 5 assists. It's hard to ask, and she's only got 4 turnovers as much as she handles the basketball. It's just phenomenal what she can do.
We talked about this at the top of the broadcast, is what Coach said, and we're seeing it again tonight, that Nye Pryor, they rely so much on her, but they also just cannot rely so much on her. She misses the free throw here. Oklahoma back the other way. Williams with the ball. Now over to Colton. Still by Fats, who's been the other strong person here tonight. Webster with the three-point look. Nothing there. She drives to the basket, and that's going to be a block and a foul by Verholter. Excuse me.
Now, again, nobody can say anything. I'm going to say I thought that was a clean block right there. So don't blow the whistle now after you've let everything else go.
4:54 left here. 62-38 is your score here at Rita Arena. We're coming back in just a second. You're listening to
Number 8 in the country, too. And really, I think the Aggies have followed the game plan as well as they could with them missing as many shots as they could.
And A&M shooting 26% from the floor tonight. 1 for 17 from the three-point line as Webster's at the free throw line right now. Knocks the first one down. And Tapper, you said this earlier. You can't shoot 1 for 17 and expect to be able to win very many basketball games.
No, not at this level especially. But it's just, something the Aggies need to continue to work on.
Second free throw is no good there. Aggies now 12 for 20, shooting 60% from the free throw line. Back the other way is Oklahoma. Ball on the right wing with Van. She's going to drive in, put that one up and in. Pryor coming back the other way. 64-39 is the score. Pryor guarded now by Chavez. Chavez with 18 points here this evening, right at her season average. Nye dribbling back from right to left, looking for anything to happen here. Now get the ball into Fats. Fats going to pull that one up at the top. Bank it off and get that one in. Coming back the other way, and steal there by Nye Pryor. Gets the ball up to Jordan Webster. Looking inside for Lauren Ware, gets the entry pass. Nothing there. She's guarding up against Children, spins and gets the foul called. And Tap, that, as you said earlier, may be the second or third time that we've gotten just a true entry pass to a post player.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's not our strength, but when they're just allowing our post players to go one-on-one, they're good enough players that they can create something. And here's Lauren. They may not get the first shot, they may not, but they move and they keep moving, and then they get an opportunity to get it up. Emerald Parker, if she would learn how to really, I think, use the backboard instead of trying to put everything into the rim, she'd have a better opportunity on some of those moves too.
Lauren Ware knocks down the first free throw. A&M has made 4 out of their last 5 field goals. Missed the second free throw. And Tap, here's the thing, A&M has outscored Oklahoma 15-13 here in this quarter.
Which doesn't surprise me.
At all. Trying to get inside to Beers, and she just extended again.
Well, she used, at that time, I had no complaints. She just used her size against Lauren Ware and just did a nice job of utilizing her body.
And I thought I saw a little bit of it.
Hey, John, I'm sure she's very good at it. I mean, so maybe she didn't. That wasn't as obvious as other
No, it was not as obvious as some of the other ones. Lauren Ware with the ball inside one more time. She gets it up and off the backboard. Foul's going to be on Beers this time. And I think one of the things that stopped this matchup was Lauren getting some early fouls.
But you're right, it's perfect. But here we are, and now Beers is. And remember, Beers had an early foul too,
foul,
and we had some opportunities, I thought, to go at her where she probably would have gotten 2 early fouls also. So, again, I think the team has to understand sometimes matchup and game situations. Let's get their second best scorer out the game by attacking her offensively. We're going to, okay, referee's going to have to stop everybody. And I think Fats won.
Yes.
She didn't want to have to go up because she feels like she could out-rebound on the other side.
Didn't matter for nothing because Lauren knocked down the free throw.
I got you back, I got you back.
Nyprior guarding Chavez hard all the way down the court. 66-44 to score. Chavez trying to get the ball inside the Beers and does, and she knocks that one down. You're right, Dad. When she gets that position, she is very good with her footwork.
Yeah, you have to defend her before she catches the ball, and the Aggies were trying earlier, and again, that's when the game was getting out of hand a little bit by the officials. Now we're going to attack.
Lauren getting pushed outside of the paint, goes up with the fadeaway. That one goes, rims out. A nice rebound there by Jordan Webster on the offensive side. She gets the ball out to the three-point line. Nothing there. Fats fighting for the rebound underneath. Gets it. Nothing there. Oklahoma finally clears it, coming back the other way.
That'll get you Fats' double-double.
Foul was going to be called. Didn't see who that one was on.
Who did I? Oh. Did they call it on Lauren? No?
No, I didn't see who the foul was on. The play stopped right there on the sideline. Van gets the ball inside from Chavez. Now back to Chavez, over to Verhulst, looking inside. Whistle's going to be called.
You got it.
From outside, they're looking inside. It's going to be on Emerald Parker trying to guard Beers.
But that's fine. There's 2 minutes left in this ballgame. Why aren't you looking for that foul early in the ballgame?
Beers at the free throw line. She's got 14 points here on the evening. One of 3 players in double digits for Oklahoma.
Yeah, everybody's just assuming we're at 2 shots.
Baseline out of bounds. Kicks it out to Verhulst. She pulls it up at the free throw line and knocks it down. A huge difference between Oklahoma and A&M, especially tonight, Tap, is their ability to knock down their jump shots.
Oh, yeah. And you should have seen them in pregame. I'm not sure they missed one.
Webster over to Parker. Now over to Fats. Fats driving. Gets it over to Nye. She runs past the ball, but able to corral it.
8 on the shot clock. Go.
Nye driving, gets to the basket, and another driving basket where she gets fouled and ends up on the ground. She ends up on the ground a lot after those fouls, but she just puts all of her body into those shots.
She does. And she gets herself to the line. Now, the one part about Nye's game she's got to really work on, she's 4 of 10 from the line tonight. So she gets herself to the line. She just has to work on that. Again, there's nothing you can do. You know that. It's nothing you can do more in free throw shooting than just shoot free throws.
First shot up and good for 9. One more coming. Need to use your glasses to get the actual percentages because on our worksheets are so tiny. 70-46 is the score. The second free throw up and good. Backdoor cut by Oklahoma is no good. Ball goes out of bounds back over to Texas A&M.
I mean, that's OU's 21st turnover of this ball game. So again, defensively, you know, the Aggies, I know everyone started me saying that, but for the most part, they've done everything that Joni Taylor asked them to do.
Yeah, being in pregame this morning, they've done every key that they were able to talk about except score, and that's going to be a jump ball called as Lamaya Hilton was driving to the basket, and Beers just kind of grabbed her. She was trying to go up. Ball stays here with Texas A&M. 1:29 left here. 13 seconds on the shot clock as they've got the baseline out of bounds play. Oklahoma switching everything as they get the ball into Fat. Webster drives to the basket. She's going to get hit. Shot no good, but she's going back to the line. Again, Tap, seeing this multiple times tonight, when A&M has had some movement and driven the ball strong to the basket, they've gotten some very good returns out of that.
They have, and you know, again, I thought they moved the ball better certainly before Christmas, from what we saw, you know, before this break, and you know, I'm sure that's what Joni's going to do. Of course, you know, we're going to we go to Georgia, you know, Joni's old school that she coached at before she came here, so you know she's going to want to have a good showing. So I'm sure they'll have some rough, tough practices, and there's no school, so there's no limit on the number of hours you can practice and all that fun stuff. But there's Nye Pryor getting a hand on it still.
Going hard. 70-48 is the score, and that's going to go out of bounds off of Pryor, who is still giving all of her energy and showing no effect, at least right now, knock on wood, on that ankle injury she suffered earlier in the first half. Get the ball into Beers. That's going to be a hole. I even saw that one this time.
Yeah, and I'll give OU and Beers a lot of credit. They know how to use their bodies.
Absolutely.
You know, they just pin people. You know, and it's almost a lost art sometimes because, you know, high school and AAU, I don't think teaches post players how to make basic post moves, use your body, you know, pin the player. And you know, your teammates learn how to reverse the basketball because you're pinning them to go that way.
Beers with the missed shot on the baseline out of bounds, going back the other way is Webster. She gets underneath the basket too far and misses the shot. Going back the other way is Chavez. She'll have a wide open layup this time and knocks that one down. That'll give her 20 for the evening. And she's averaging right under 19 a game. 72-48 is your score. Under a minute left here in this game. A&M gonna fall to 0-1 here in SEC play.
You see right there, I think Peen, with her ability, she needs to just catch and shoot on that. You know, it's like a pick and pop.
Parker with the ball at the top of the key again. Hand off to Nye Pryor, driving one more time, gets up and under. Beers that time. Nice job there by Pryor. Again, being able to contort her body and get the shot open. They've got Beers bringing the ball up across the court. She's going to hand the ball off to Chavez as we're under 30 seconds left. She's showing off her handle, driving to the basket, now kicks it back out for a three-pointer. That's going to fall short. Verhulst is going to get the offensive rebound. Shot clock is now off.
They're going to, OU just going to dribble it out.
As we get down to 10, 72-50 is going to be your final score here at Reed Arena as Oklahoma is going to come in and get their first SEC conference win. A&M is going to lose their opening game here. Oklahoma going to go to 12, 13-1. A&M going to fall to 7-3. We will be back in just a second here at Reed Arena. Tap in. Jason Cornelius, you're listening to Texas A&M Women's Basketball.